Welcome folks to another episode of Legendary Minutes. I'm down at the sacred site of the Boort Park, and before me I have Craig, Shorty, Yoel, Scott. Be known to many of you. Craig's been around the club for a hell of a long time, and a very popular figure, no doubt, with all involved. Okay, Craig, welcome. Are you awake? You're on that famous wing that you and Samuel Gross used to tear up many years ago in the juniors.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. Probably Sammy did more tearing up than I did, but I must have fed him the ball.
Yeah, I would think so. All right, I'm going to fire into the questions, Craig. First question we've got is the years that you played at Boort.
Well, I played all my junior footy at Boort, and at the senior levels probably about 12 years. So I played, well, my junior career would have started in 1982, I suppose, and then I finished up in 2008.
Yep.
Had a few rests in between.
Yes, you came and went a few times.
Yeah, but never played anywhere else.
Yep. Okay, numbers worn. I think you would have had a fair old selection of numbers over the journey.
Yeah, I reckon at the very start I might have been number 1 in about grade 5.
All right, and then you worked your way up.
Yeah, up to, there was 30 there for a while in under 15s, I think, and then 13.
Yep.
I had 13 in seniors for a while, and I finished up on the grand old number of 57.
Yeah, that's what I think. I thought you had a high number. So that's actually a famous number at Boort, worn by David Gould many years ago.
Yeah. He wore it a lot better than I did.
All right, now, and there's another one we did a fair bit of. Your favourite position?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, probably through the middle and across half forward. I didn't mind.
Yep.
You'd have a bit of a break down there in the forward line, not chase too much.
Yeah.
The old aerobic capacity wasn't the best. I
don't remember you being particularly fiery in the back line there. You sort of preferred the forward area.
Yeah. I sort of, you always hopefully left your worst performances for the back line, David, so they'd never put you back there again.
You weren't a diligent defender, I wouldn't have said, by any stretch. Well, that's a wise idea, though. It doesn't do to play too well in the back line for Boort, as a few of us found out over the years.
Yeah, you're stuck there. The ball, though. Plenty of the ball.
You're stuck there forever. And I think this question you would have had a heap of these two over the years. Your best coach?
Yeah, well, best coach. Yeah. I don't sort of want to say too much in present company, David, but to be perfectly honest, and I'm not saying it because you're here, but I found you had a knack of, we had a bit of fun. We used to get flogged all the time, but, we had a bit of, you brought the fun into it, which I enjoyed.
Yep.
And you sort of, I don't know, you seemed to get as much out of me as you could.
Yep.
Plugger was very good at a senior level. Used to enjoy playing for Plugger. Don't want to pump his tyres up too much.
No, you wouldn't want to do that. What about the legendary Carl Dieterich? I think you may have played under his tutelage at some stage. How did you handle that?
Yeah, it did. It was interesting. He'd turn up in the Magna and the trailer loaded full of wood, and then head off, but did it spoke pretty well, actually.
Yeah. Do you think his heart was really in it, or not?
Yeah, it was a fair way to drive down from Swan Hill area. So
do you think he was tired perhaps by the time he got here?
Possibly.
Yeah,
possibly,
the drive was a bit too much for him.
I did find he spoke well.
Yeah.
The cattle mightn't have been there.
No, that's right.
For the for the results, but I actually didn't mind listening to him speak.
Yep. And your favourite memories of your time at Boort?
Well, obviously the 2008 senior premiership was a big
the highlight for everybody, wasn't it?
Highlight. I wasn't here for the 1995 reserves premiership.
Yep.
I'd left to travel the year before, and they conveniently went on and won the flag, so I missed out on that. No, 2008 was was massive, so that was pretty big. Now,
we've been discussing this before we've come on air. Best players seen at Boort?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a tough one. There's been a few, but the ones that stick in mind, will be Lance Piccioni,
Yep.
Brett Jeffrey, the
Yep.
big fella, but I'd say the most explosive player, and he could really tear the game a new one.
Yep.
Would have been Andy Stewart.
Yep.
With his versatility. He could just about play anywhere and take the game on.
Yep.
I don't think I might have played a few games that year, but not many. But I probably only saw him play a handful of games. But
yeah, no, he had the ability to influence a game.
yeah.
Not everybody can do that.
So he's probably as good as I've seen.
Now your last one, most memorable character at Boort that you had dealings with. It doesn't have to be a player, it could be a supporter, anybody.
Yeah, jeez. Peter Fenby.
Yes, he's already had a run with Peter Fenby.
That's only just come to mind. I had someone else in mind. But he just, he took the club by storm. He took garbage bins by storm.
Yes.
Up the main street in the middle of the night.
Yes, he brought dental health right to the forefront in Boort, didn't he?
Yes. There was certainly no fluoride in the water where Peter Fenby grew up. He's a full forward. He had explosive pace and spring, and I think he even, he used to flash the crowd. But he'd have a big following.
Yeah. Yeah, the young blokes used to go from end to end.
I was in my last year of under-17s then, and we used to crowd behind the goal line and just, it was like a bloody AFL match. We'd march to the Fenby end of the ground.
He was certainly a unique character and will never be forgotten.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had him. He took junior training one night, and for as feral as he was, he spoke really well, and he was like a kitten almost.
Yeah.
But a bit of juice in him soon turned that around.
Yes, I don't think he was a nuclear scientist by any stretch of the imagination. So
I think he killed off some brain cells by the time he got here, but he could certainly play.
Yeah.
He was a bit of a cult figure.
All right, Craig. I think we'll call that a take.
Thanks for your time, David.
No worries.
I've loved every minute.